As a fellow for Bon Appétit Management Company, I have the pleasure of traveling to local farms from which Bon Appétit purchases and meeting the very people who provide us with the food that we eat. Last fall, I drove out to Bluford, Illinois to meet Clair Rudolf of Double Star Farm. Clair is a third-generation farmer who, despite being surrounded by corn and soy fields, continues to grow vegetables just like his mother and just like his grandfather before her.
Yeah, my grandpa lives on the East Coast, Pennsylvania, actually, Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, actually. And I'd say it's probably about 50 years ago, he raised tobacco for a cash crop. And he decided, it was about the time people were starting to jump on the bandwagon, hey, tobacco's not that healthy for us. He went to vegetables. And family's been in it ever since. Yeah, it's kind of in our blood, I guess you could say.
So, when you're surrounded by corn and soy, what keeps you from switching over?
Well, I like the vegetable crop thing because I like to meet my customer, number one, and I like food myself that's better than what you find in a local grocery store.
While at the farm, Clair took me on a tour of his greenhouse and showed me some of the projects that he's working on, like a new hydroponic system and growing radishes in the greenhouse in addition to tomatoes this year.
This is just all kind of experimental to see what we can put in here for a second crop other than those tomatoes probably in the spring, and hopefully make a few dollars and not have to heat the thing as hot as we would for tomatoes.
Yeah. So. Has this been a learning process also?
Oh yeah, it's like farming is. It's all you always learn, and then about the time you think you figured out, the weather will throw a curveball at you. So.
Later on, Clair took me out to one of his fields where he had beautiful squashes, greens, and other vegetables growing. Since sustainability has become such a hot topic of late, I asked Clair for some of his thoughts on the subject.
As long as the customer wants his food to be the cheapest possible and wants every apple in the box to be the exact same shape, farming will become more commercialized. There's a lot of people out there that would tend to think that farmers are out to pollute the environment, and there's a lot of talk about that. Well, every farmer that's any good at all, and most of them are, realize this dirt right here is his living. He does everything he can to keep it here. I try to educate my customer about what's going on my farm. I want them to know, what I'm doing to try to be sustainable and try to make this ground better, not worse, by doing things like the plastic here to not use a chemical to control our weeds. When we can, bugs can be controlled with beneficial insects and other means. Maybe plant a crop beside them that the bug would sooner eat than the one you're trying to grow, or whatever it is. It's it takes a lot of work, it sure does, and there's probably 3/4 of the work is education, really.